Previously on the CREW, Laden has the popular musician Calligraph Jones shooting a song from inside the CBK. But Adrian, Deno, Teresa, Sarah, Kanji, Luda are among them. What are they here for? This is the CREW, where right now the world is in a dilemma of what happens after the periodic maintenance of the world. Maybe after destruction or before that. Only Laden knows how to stop a repeat of history, because apparently history has a way of repeating itself. 8 years ago, Laden walks into chemistry laboratory at Kabianga University. He walks right into Catherine Ngendo, Martin Stongocho, Emily, Evans Cheriot, Kiare, and Japheth Kosgei. May I join you? Laden addresses Catherine that day. Of course, our pleasure. Looking at him, he is the guy of whom Jonathan had shown his photo to that day. What do they want with him? She questioned herself that day as Laden was putting on his lab coat. As the shooting is going on, the ICT manager of the CBK receives a call. This is Evans Cheriot from Jamii Telecommunication. I'm aware your system have been flicking on fluctuation since morning. I'm requesting clearance for my tech team to come and check it out, sir. No problem. You have my attention now. I have been trying to reach you the entire day. Send them over. I'll be waiting for them. Answers Edwin Omondi, back onto the landline mouthpiece. Back in Kabianga, Ngendo received a call from Jonathan that day. Have you located him yet? Asked Jonathan. Yes. I will inform you on progress. Meanwhile, the Kenyan president makes a call to Mwangi, the governor to the Central Bank of Kenya. Have the funds been wired, sir? Yes, and I have already ordered for an equivalent minting from the De La Rue, sir. Good to hear that, says the president, then hangs up the call before dialing the front office. Wangui, you can now write to the treasury on the supplementary budget. Laden is in the living room that day, and as Aiden shouts, "Go!" Laden stands up, handing the PlayStation pad to Adrian, and walks to Jasmine, who has the vacuum cleaner in her hand, cleaning the carpet. He starts to sing, "Kuku anauna, giza bado, kichaka kisaidie kuku wangu. Baba, mama, tiga sikio, bado nasema penda jirani. Harufu chakula naweka kidogo, bado nasema penda jirani. Sauti redio mbona weke kidogo, bado nasema penda jirani. Jirani yo, jirani yo, jirani penda nini. Jirani yo, jirani yo, jirani samea nini. You know what, babe? What is it, babe? Answers Laden. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. Says Jasmine. Wow. And you are the greatest thing that has ever happened to me, darling. He kisses her and takes the vacuum from her hand. Aya, narudisha hiyo maziwa kwa fridge. Nilikwambia maziwa ni ya mtoto. Usikiange. Kwani yeye ni mama? Answers Laden as Ayana approaches him. Usijali mama. Kama tuende tukabai yako. Then Laden moves out of the house. All the kids follow him. Kish in his hands and presents behind Ayana. 13 years ago, Jonathan calls Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Sir, it's done. What about the mother? How is she doing? Not that good, but she is better now, knowing that the daughter is in school. I hope she pulls through. Thank you. Keep me updated. Then Uhuru hangs up. Laden and the family pull over at ABC Mall. Princess alights from the back left as Laden gets to the door for Ayana. Aiden gets out behind Aiden, then all walk into Chandarana supermarket. As Janet wanders around Roysambu, she sees them all. TRM. And the direction for her boss's house come back to her mind. She crosses the road and starts walking down the road immediately adjacent to the mall. It's on a Sunday, and the reason as to why Edu is in the office is precisely for the tech team who are walking into the doors of the CBK Meanwhile, in the supermarket, Laden received his phone. iPhone default tone. Hello babe. Kwani umeenda wapi na watu? Tuko super. Tumeenda kubuy bites. Oh, sawa. Kama na maziwa basi, sawa. In the bank, as calligraph team is setting up the camera, Luda is seen opening the casing in the corridor. Take out the fire extinguisher, takes the one on the wall and replaces it with the one out of the casing. Puts the one from the wall in the casing and closes it. He proceeds to the next one, as Deno does the same to the one on the extreme corner. In the mainframe room, Teresa installs the micro camera as she speaks into her Bluetooth earpiece. Do you have a view? Affirmative, says B, as he picks the last pizza pie from the 360 degrees box. David rings the bell and walks in with Joe Ombui, his firstborn son. Sasa shame, poor Dave. Kwani uko solo, ako wapi lasti? Ameenda hapa super na kama. Ingia mgoje. Sasa Biden, says Jasmine, as she picks up Joe and walks with him to the kitchen. At that time, Laden walks in with the kids. Dada bro. Na umezeeka bro. Ama nikunaona. You know they used to confuse us to be twins back then. Now you look like that. Ina nani mzee? Watoto wote ni wako bro. Na kuna wengine hawako. Wako wapi? Kwa magoti ya Jasmine. Babe, hebu niletee hiyo maziwa nipikie mgeni chai. Mgeni mgani? Joe Biden. Sawa, says Laden and walks to Jasmine, who is at the sink. As Janet calls Mutenyo, calligraphy is winding up when she picks up her phone. Hello madam, niko hapa kwa jirani. Janet, where have you been since the day before yesterday? Where the hell were you? Niliibiwa kila kitu madam. Nikapitishwa na gari, sijui tulienda kuachwa wapi huko. Sawa, ningoje hapo, says Mutenyo, picks up her car keys from the table and leaves the front office of the CBK. At that time, Kanji is finishing up on the last camera. Sarah is in the ladies installing the last camera of 3 installations. Adrian is on the ladder upgrading the alternative buffer for signal stability. We are done here, sir, says Kanji to Eddie Omondi. He goes ahead to test the systems and everything is up and running. Thank you for the help, says Edwin to Kanji. As Mutenyo exits the building, Kanji calls Laden. Hello, G's. She just left the bank. Cool, says Laden, seated beside Jasmine. The tea is halfway in the cup. He then dials Mbilu's number. Karada Kibro. She's coming your way. On it, Mbilu replies. Dante is seated next to him with the camera. Meanwhile, the Potters is meeting with the United Kingdom Prime Minister. He just flew down to meet the Prime Minister. But what is the United Kingdom up against? Laden? But what for? Maybe Jasmine and the queenship, or maybe Laden knew of what he was after. Or maybe the CREW knew better. How are you holding up? Asked the Prime Minister. Barely holding up, sir. And how are you holding up the fort? Pretty much fine. I was just hoping that it's the same with you guys up there, says the PM. If you mean what I think, then we are keeping up. That's all I will say. Dave finishes up. We are stepping out. Babe, I'll be back in a few. At the door, he lights up the blunt as Jasmine shouts, You forgot the keys, says Jasmine. He walks back, picks up the keys, then kisses her on the lips. I'll be back, my queen. Love you. I love you too, baby. As David lights up the cigarette, he joins him. He gets behind the wheel and they drive out of the compound. As he accelerates, he starts a song. Sauti yangu bado ina nguvu yaweza kutangaza injili, inajua wakati utafika sitaweza imba tena, najua wakati utapofika sitawe. nitanyamaza kimya, sauti yangu itatoweka nitaporudi mavumbini. Nitawezaje kunyamaza kimya, sauti yangu bado ina nguvu. Najua wakati utapofika nitanyamaza kimya, sauti yangu itatoweka nitaporudi mavumbini. Nitawezaje kunyamaza kimya, sauti yangu bado ina nguvu. Najua wakati utapofika. Well, I am told that the CIA is responsible for the mess down at the colony, and that's under you, right? If you can't do it, I can use the MI6, who told you this. I have my sources. Well, personally, I have no clue about that. Maybe I find out more. Maybe you should, says the Prime Minister, before walking out of the beach.